Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. This coming weekend, it's the St. Anthony Fireman's Fest Car Shine Show and Barbecue Contest and other events. And joining us in the studio is the Fire Chief for St. Anthony Fire Department. That is Scott Uebelhor. And also joining us is Adam Fleck. Adam is the Fire Training Officer. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Okay, this Saturday is a big event in St. Anthony. Is it the Fireman's Fest or is it the Car Shine Show? What is the name of it?
It started in 1991 as the St. Anthony Fire Department Street Fest. Okay. We were on a street at the fire station. We moved out of there after we swelled beyond growth, and the car show came upon at the same time, maybe about 3 or 4 years later, and we moved to the community center, which gives us the community center, the softball field, that whole block of area. So we're kind of at that area now. So it's the St. Anthony Fireman Street Fest, and also the Show and Shine Car Show is a huge part of that. We added the barbecue festival after the centennial in 2014. We continued that barbecue event, and that's kind of the three pillars of what we do right now.
All right, well, let's start talking about the events that are going on. And of course, it's this Saturday. It really starts at 2 o'clock in the morning with the barbecuers. Yeah, not for most people, right?
For those wild people get out there at 2, 3 and light up their grills and are ready to start grilling at 4 o'clock. It starts then. When the daylight comes, it's about 9 o'clock. That's really when the event kicks into full force. The beginning of it, the barbecue festival, you can meander around and check the barbecue teams out and start. At 11, they have tasting, so at that point you can vote for your favorite barbecue team, and there's some raffles down there for a Green Mountain Grill. There's some really cool things going on in the barbecue festival. At that same time, the car show, those guys start to roll in 8:30, some of the earlier cars, and by 9 o'clock till 12, all the cars are rolling in. At noon, registration ends. So you got a car right now, you can bring it at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on Saturday before noon. Register, enter your car, truck, or motorcycle. Judging will be from 12 to 3 with the awards promptly at 3 o'clock.
Okay, and for the car show, really, you can decide Saturday morning, hey, I'm free this afternoon. I think I'm going to take my car, my motorcycle, my truck.
Absolutely.
To the car show.
Those guys have a neat relationship, all those guys that have a vintage car, truck, or motorcycle. They sit there and share stories, how they were built. Some of them have pictorials that show how that car was torn down from nothing down to the frame and built back up. So there's some very cool things and some camaraderie out there in the car show. Tom Boehm leads that with his son, Matt, and does a great job with it.
If somebody wants to come and view the cars, spectate, that's not a charge, that's free.
No, you can wander in free of charge. There's opportunities to win prizes along the time. Our concession stand opens in the morning, and we'll have food all day during that event. So yeah, you can come in all day and look at those vehicles.
But the barbecuing, then you can start sampling that food at 11?
Yes, 11 to 3. 11 to 2 is the sampling, a $5 bracelet, $3 for kids. And you can sample that food. You can make a meal out of all that for certain. And it tastes a lot of variety of, you know how barbecuing is. Everybody has a different taste, some with pepper, some with not. It's really a fun event.
And really, that is a great price to be able to go through and sample so much, because you've got not just like 2 or 3 teams, you've got maybe 15?
We expanded to 15 teams this year, so we're very appreciative of that. They come from as far away as Linton, Boonville, Owensboro. And these aren't all big teams. A lot of people get scared. Some of the competitors get scared because some of these teams are pretty big. Well, you can have a 3-legged Weber grill if you want, and you can do a great job out there and compete just as well as anybody else.
And really, a registration for that as a team, that's pretty well done.
The team registrations, we're committed at 15, and the rest of it is just people coming at this point. The crowd tasting, and that's the next part of this.
Okay, and the car and motorcycle show, you do not need to pre-register for that. You can just show up that morning.
You can pre-register yet you can go to our website, but otherwise you definitely show up 9 o'clock, $15 to sign up and exhibit your vehicle.
Okay, then the next event, I guess in the afternoon, is the Cornhole, the WBDC farewell tour of the Cornhole Tournament of Champions.
Hate to see that come to an end, but a great time it has been, and we appreciate WBDC for bringing that to us for all these years. We did have to move that this year because of the swelling up to 15 teams. It's actually in a better location. I think it's right behind a softball field, and there's a vacant lot in there that will be set up. So just to the west of the first base dugout of the softball field, you'll see signage, you'll see the BDC vehicle there. We'll be right there, and that starts at sign up at 11, start pitching at noon.
Okay, and so for that too, you can pre-register. You don't have to. You can show up that day and play as well.
That's correct. You can sign up at 11 o'clock.
All right, then I guess the rest of the afternoon would be filled with food. Food
Right.
and dancing, right? Is that kind of how that goes? All right, Adam, we'll let you have an opportunity to talk. Tell us about the food.
The concession stand will have, it'll open at 9, so you can get your food with the car show, your food, drinks. Available in there, we'll have fried chicken available at 11, but the burgers, haystacks, french fries, chicken nuggets, some ice cream in there, just several different items. They'll be available when the car show starts.
Okay, and the haystacks that's a different thing. That's kind of what you guys are known
It's
for.
a corkscrew potato. We take almost a 1 pound potato, you run it through a machine, and you shred it into a little like a corkscrew, and you put an ample amount of nacho cheese on the top there, and it's delicious.
Okay. All right, go on with the other foods.
Not only the food through the car show and the rest of the afternoon, then we got starting at, I believe it's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
The fried chicken, the dinners. With the dinners will be chicken, taters,
Corn.
and the thresher tomatoes, which is
Thresher tomatoes are? Because I think you're the only ones that do that.
Yeah, there's tomatoes, of course, but there's green peppers, there's bell peppers, onions, vinegar. It's
like a tomato
it's a
salad.
gut blast.
Okay.
It's a really good, it's a really good. Ernie Ware, I think back in those days in the 80s, that was a big thing with the Ware family, and it's continued on forever. It's a concoction, to say the least.
And then, so those are served all night?
They're served until we run out,
Okay.
which is usually fairly early. The thresher tomatoes go pretty quickly.
So the chicken starts at 4?
4
Okay,
o'clock.
so be there at 4 or 5 o'clock. All right.
And there is dining available inside. If you don't want to eat outside in the heat, you can come inside where it's air conditioned and inside the community center and eat in the cooler weather.
Or if you want, you can go out and eat in the beer garden,
Correct.
which is right outside the community center. Outdoor.
All connected, very friendly. We've really massaged this thing for years to make it an easy flow. You can have your kids in the family room of the beer garden. So we're very kid friendly. We want it to be safe. We want those kids to have an opportunity to have some good times too, and their parents and as well. The food will go until we run out, and usually about 7:30. It's pretty well through on the food, but great concession stand. Lots of great beverages, including beer.
Okay.
Wines and things of that sort down in the beer garden.
Now, one of the big things for you is your grand raffle and your license number's on file. But tell me about the grand raffle. How does that work? Who gets tickets, or how can you get tickets?
The tickets, we got over 150 prizes that have been donated from businesses and people within our community, but also throughout the entire county. You can get your tickets from either, you just ask any of the firemen. There's also some other people throughout the community that have them available. You can get one ticket for $1 or 6 for $5. And that the actual drawing, the tickets will be available. They're available now and throughout the whole day of the fest. And the drawing will be at 9 p.m. that evening. So.
And those tickets are mailed out. We mailed them right at the end of July. We mailed them to everybody that is in our township. And it's 50% of the income off this event. It always boils down to the raffle. So it's a huge moneymaker for us. We appreciate that money. We appreciate the people that donate, the people that buy tickets. It's a big. Some people ask, how can we help the fire department? Best thing sometimes that you can do is buy a raffle ticket, take a chance on winning one of the 150 prizes.
And you sell those tickets all through the fest, from early morning really till late, till you do the drawing, inside the community center at a table? Is that right?
There's a table
usually?
inside the front doors. We collect the people. A lot of people drop their tickets off that day that were mailed, or the people want to buy tickets. And as the day goes on, eventually we'll move outside to another booth. As we need the food space on the inside, eating space, we'll go outside and be set up near the tip boards right at the entrance to the softball field. You can't miss us. Big raffle sign there. And the drawing going off at 9 o'clock.
Okay, now we're in the evening. Then there's entertainment.
We don't
Talk
stop.
about the entertainment. Yeah.
We've got some great entertainment again this year. The DuBois County Cloggers will be there at 5 o'clock, which is something different for us. A group of DuBois County kids that clog, of course. The High Road, a very popular band, is a 6 to 8. From 8 to 10:30, we have Studebaker, another live band, and then Boogie Tunes closes out from 10:30 to the end. And Boogie Tunes brackets from about 4:30 on. They play some background music for us. So we've had some really good entertainment, some classy local people that do a great job. We were very fortunate. We talk year after year, how can we make more money at the fest? Not being greedy, but equipment costs money, so we're trying to be as effective as we can. And so we really couldn't cut expenses anymore, so we found some sponsors that help us. And last year we had entertainment sponsors. This year, St. Anthony Tire and Classic Bulk Carriers, they're our stage sponsors because we have this really outstanding stage from the DuBois County Visitor Center that's floating around and going to become more and more usable all the time. But they are big stage sponsors. We have Jamensky Contracting, Arnie's Tavern, Clem Graphics, Grasper Group, Ackerman Oil, Jasper Engines, Old National Bank, Best Home Furnishings, and Master Brand. They give us money to be able to pay for the entertainment, pay for the stage, pay for other things that go on. We have face painting for the kids, so there's a lot of opportunity there those guys have presented and given us. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, it takes a community to keep the community going.
Well, that's what's cool about this festival, I think. It's the signature event for St. Anthony. Maybe we've been doing it since 1991, but it is an event where the entire community pulls together. On Wednesday, we'll start hauling picnic tables. We'll have people from the lay public. They'll bring trailers, and manpower will go out and haul a couple hundred tables, picnic tables, so we have places to seat people and entertain. And so I can't thank our community enough for making this possible, whether they're buying a raffle ticket, donating a prize, helping haul or helping clean up, helping work our booths, or just attending the event in general. It's very heartwarming on all of our guys. It feels good when all those people come out and support us.
Well, you're volunteer firefighters, and people need to always keep that in mind. You're volunteer firefighters. You don't get paid to do what you do, and yet you have to have new equipment because things change as time goes along. How is the money used that you raise from this?
Well, you know, some of the stuff just wears out from age. At the 15-year point, and sometimes N2 NFPA changes, you have to buy new gear because the new gear is higher technology, safer for our guys. Same thing for our air packs. Trucks wear out. So, you know, over the course of time, to outfit one single firefighter at a bare minimum is like $4,500 to $5,000. By the time you put a radio on them, a helmet, boots, coat, the whole bit, that's every single firefighter. And we've got 28 of them. Air packs are like $5,500 a piece, and we have 12 air packs. They have to be replaced about every 15 years. So you're looking at $60,000 or $80,000 that you have to come up with every 15 years, and little by little things need to be. You need to be on the cutting edge, both for the safety of our firefighters, but to be able to perform in from a car accident, somebody fell down the stairs, to a working house fire. You have to be ready. And whether I'm a little small fire department in St. Anthony, Indiana, or the big ones in Evansville or Indianapolis, we have to be just as prepared, equipment-wise and training-wise, as everybody else.
And sometimes it's the smallest things we forget about. You need new tires occasionally for your fire truck because they wear out. You got to do oil changes. You got work like that has to be done.
Well, that's crazy you mentioned that, because we have our tanker that has a tandem trucks, and we have about $3,500 worth of tires that are going to need to be replaced. They only have about 5,000 miles, but it's a whole different wear and tear on those types of vehicles. And yes, I mean, you can't afford them not to be 100% functional and ready to go any time of the day or night.
St. Anthony Fire Department serves what area? What communities?
Jackson Township. We basically are Brettsville, St. Mark's, Kiana, St. Anthony, Cedar Crest Intermediate School, 4-H Fairgrounds, among the bigger places out there. So it's an area of St. Anthony is right in the middle of it, and there's 36 square miles there. So we're about 5 or 6 miles either direction of St. Anthony.
Okay.
Then we have great relationships with all the departments that are neighboring. If we ever have a bigger event, or vice versa, we go to them. They come to us to share equipment and personnel and whatever it takes to get a situation under control.
Okay, the St. Anthony Fireman's Fest this weekend.
This weekend, I mentioned the kids. We have a selfie scavenger hunt for the older kids. We have a little firefighter challenge we're going to try this year. There's 6 little really basic events. Young kids will enter there free of charge, and they'll meander through that obstacle course. We'll act like they're cutting a tree with a chainsaw. They will climb a ladder and turn on the siren. Little events like that will be a little fun thing for those guys. And then the selfie challenge, and there was one other thing. The kickball, we're going to try kickball. We're getting rid of pickleball, or not pickleball, the dodgeball.
Okay.
Dodgeball out, kickball in. And that's for the K through 5, 6 through 8 kids. We're going to try some different things, and lots of things going on in the tennis court also, Plinko and all the little things for the young kids to play and win prizes.
So it's food, fun, and games.
It's for everything. What every age. We try to be there for every age. Try to be really conscious of safety, and it's all right in the community center, so you don't have to cross a lot of streets or take a lot of risks. It's a nice, fun, safe place to be for all day Saturday the 17th and into about 1 o'clock on the 18th in the morning.
Okay.
But then we're going home.
Yeah. And then you call everybody on Sunday morning, let them know they won a prize. They haven't picked it up that Saturday
That
night.
starts then, and then after that we start planning for 2020.
Well, good luck with this year's.
Thank you.
Saturday, August 17th, it is the St. Anthony Fireman's Fest, really basically around the St. Anthony Community Center. Not hard to find. St. Anthony's not that large that you won't get lost getting there.
We're right downtown.
Right? Downtown St. Anthony. Thank you to Scott Uebelhor and thanks to Adam Fleck for being our guest. We hope to see you this Saturday at the St. Anthony Fireman's Fest. There's a barbecue contest, car show, cornhole, food, entertainment, kids games. I'm sure we missed something, but just have a great time at St. Anthony. Thank you for watching WJTS. We're local people watching local people.